Hello everyone, my name is Abby Blaylock, and this is going to be a ghost story that happened to my dad and my uncle. So when my uncle was probably around 14 or 15 and my dad was around 12, my uncle decided that he wanted to build a small little cabin on their property. Well, after the cabin was built, they didn't have anything in it, no electricity, just a small little bed for people to sleep on or sit on. So one night, my dad, my uncle, my aunt, and I think their family friend decided to go and stay the night down there. Well, after having fun all night, they decided to start settling down around 11:30, and they said they were sitting there and that my uncle's dog started to circle around the cabin and whining and crying, growling, and like right at midnight it backed itself up as far against the back wall as it could and started barking and growling viciously at the door. So my uncle had his gun beside him and he yelled out, "If there's anyone there, I have a gun, you need to leave." And when he said that, overwhelming perfume came into the cabin, and they said it lasted 3 to 4 minutes, and as suddenly as it came, it vanished. And when it vanished, the dog backed out from against the wall and went and laid back down. So they didn't think anything about it, and they went to bed. And then so that next night, they decided to stay again. Well, my dad said at the same time, the dog started going around the cabin, barking and growling, and then it backed itself up against the wall at midnight and started barking. And they said the perfume came again, and they were very scared this time because it happened the same exact way as it did the night before. So that next weekend they were going to try again and stay in there, but this time they took an extension cord and ran it from the barn up to the cabin, and they hung lanterns all down it and hung one in the cabin. That way they could see who it was that was messing with them. So they said, my dad said that around midnight again, their dog started going crazy, and when he did, all the lights on the extension cord and in the cabin started flickering and shaking crazy. They said it was the scariest thing, and they said as soon as it ended, it quit shaking. They ran up to the house and they wanted to see if it was their dad, which was my grandpa, messing with him, but he was asleep in the bed. So they had no idea who was shaking it, and he said to this day they still don't know, but he said they never stay the night down there ever again, and that they would go just hang out during the day. But my dad said later he found out that my uncle built that little cabin on an old wagon trail, and they thought maybe it could have been a ghost from someone who was traveling through. And there's been many more different activities that happen up there on that property. It's crazy. That's just one that happened, but I hope you all enjoyed this story that happened to my dad.